Talking about my favorite show, The 100. This is a review for Season 3, Episode 16, entitled Perverse Instantiation Part 2, and the season finale. Okay, so not a lot of surprises with the opening. I mean, sometimes you got an opening that really drags you into the episode. That just wasn't the case. You know, they get the chip out of Abby, and then they decide to do a blood transfusion with Ontario. So Clark's got the black blood in her, and then she decides to take the flame, becoming the commander. And then she realizes, oh, I've got to do more. I've got to go into the City of Lights. We already knew this from the promos, so she takes the chip. I thought, wow, they went through that pretty fast. I mean, first the blood transfusion works like that. I mean, it's blood, but it's black blood. They still haven't given an explanation, as far as I know, as to why some people have black blood. Is that a mutant gene? And why wouldn't that kill Clark? And then, of course, they put the flame in her when she's only just got a bit of the black blood in her. Doesn't kill her, and then now she's taking the chip, which is taking her into the City of Lights. But in Arcadia, we get to see Jasper's holding Harper hostage. They're trying to figure out what to do. Monty sneaks out and ends up shooting Jasper in the leg, and then they beat up Jasper. I'm like, yeah, Harper's safe. So then, of course, Clark goes into the City of Lights. She's walking around. She thinks this one guy's following her, but he's just kind of behind her. And, you know, that she sees everyone walking around the city. And it kind of begs a question. What exactly is everyone doing in the City of Lights? You know, they grounders and the sky people, you know, they get introduced in this city, and then what do? They function like it's an old modern city where some of them are bankers and lawyers and doctors and college students. What exactly do they do with their time? Except for Jasper, we know what he was doing. He was eating some ice cream. Clark saw him. He had a big cone of, looked like strawberry, and he's just licking it. And he doesn't seem to notice her, and Clark realizes no one's seeing her. Or either that, or that was some really good ice cream, and he just wasn't bothered to look around. And then, of course, he starts seeing the infinity sign in the stoplight, and then on the one girl's hair, you know, and she starts following it. And we'll see where that goes. Meanwhile, in the real world, all the grounders and people in the chip cult are climbing the tower. And they seem to get up there pretty quickly. They ambush Pike, and what's her name? Octavia cuts his leg and leaves him to die, but Bellamy saves him. And with that, I was wondering, yeah, it seemed like it was a pretty tall tower. They seemed to climb that in a short amount of time. I know, like on TV, they kind of speed through like time and make it quicker than it is, but it's like I guess that chip really amplifies their adrenaline. And because they don't feel any pain, it is no muscle weakness. But still, you think it would have taken them a little longer than that. So, if seeing Lexa return wasn't badass enough, let's talk about what happened to Ontario. You know, her body's starting to fail. Not enough blood's getting to Clark. Clark's body is starting to break down in and outside of the City of Lights. Abby's like, we need to get more blood, so they split open Ontario's chest and then grab the heart and start pumping it that way. Yeah, this show is hardcore. I mean, Ontario is essentially Abby's patient, but I guess she hasn't heard of the Hippocratic Oath. Oh, shit. So, Lexa and Clark are running around the City of Lights. They encounter Jasper, who's trying to stop them, and then Jaha and a whole mob of grounders and sky people, parts of the chip cult. Raven is able to create this vault-like door, which appears that Clark can open. Clark opens that, ends up on the space station, while Lexa fights off the grounders. In there, we see the original Becca telling Clark that she can stop it all by hitting the kill switch. But Abby too shows up and tells her, oh, look out the window. All the nuclear plants are melting down. And, you know, the City of Light is the only way people are going to be able to survive, because the Earth is going to become uninhabitable. So now Clark has to make a decision. So then we have the climax of the episode, of course, is Clark has to decide how she's going to save the human race. Get him out of the City of Lights or keep him in. You know, should he pull that kill switch? And the other side, the Grounders have breached the defenses and everyone's fighting. Kane's got Brian by the neck. Pike's fighting Jaha. Okay, so Clark, of course, decides to throw that kill switch and kill the City of Lights. And everyone who has been part of the Chip cult finally comes out of it, and they're just freaking out and whatnot. And that's pretty much how the episode ended. And then, of course, I was kind of pissed at this, and I'll get into it when I do finish up with my review here. But I thought Pike was going to make it out of it. Nope. He goes up to say something to Octavia, and Octavia just runs him through with the speeder. And that was... I didn't like Pike. And I'm just so glad he didn't get off. And then that's the end of the episode. Oh, what gets me is everyone was surprised that Octavia killed him. It's like, oh, come on, people. He killed Lincoln. How do you think that was going to end? So I don't know. You know, if this had just been a regular episode, I thought this would have been okay. But as far as a season finale, it was kind of weak. I mean, the only storyline, well, I mean, it did conclude its storyline, City of Lights and, Pike, but they all seemed to go out on a whimper more than a bang. And it didn't really set up what season 4 is going to be about. I mean, I suppose they're going to try to figure out what to do about these nuclear power plants, or they're going to migrate to the last place on Earth, which would be habitable. Or maybe they'll go back to the Ark, but it's like, yeah. I mean, the last scene was Octavia killing Pike and walking away, and it's like, if you didn't have a cliffhanger, could you at least give us an idea what season 4 is going to be about? And as far as Allie, I mean, they pulled the kill switch, but didn't really feel like they killed her off. And what was really kind of the point of bringing back Lexa in this episode? Clark really didn't give her a goodbye, I mean, technically it's not Lexa. It's just an AI made from her memories and whatnot. But I would have liked that. I would have liked Clark saying something to this, AI Alexa. Hey, I always loved you, yada, 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 goodbye. And then she kind of slowly fades away. Last we see of this one, she's just fighting people. Which, hands down, would be a better last scene for Lexa than the way she was killed off. Just shot by Granimal's head. But yeah, like I said, it was an okay episode. But as far as the season finale, it's kind of a letdown. Just a letdown. And going into season 4 with this whole nuclear power plant thing, it's like, how are they going to work that out? I know they probably got to work with the Grounders and figure things out. I'm also wondering, does that make Clark the new commander? That'd be an interesting storyline. The non-Grounder commander. Which was technically what the first commander was anyway. But yeah, that could be interesting. But I just get the feeling that if there's only like a small pocket of the world where they can live on, the episodes are not going to be that good. Unless, it's about the journey getting there. And then you see other civilizations and whatnot, how the rest of the world is working out. So but this is all season 4. I did like season 3. It did have some very interesting storylines with Lexa, with Pike, the Ice Queen. And I just wish they had had a better conclusion. And that's what I thought. Also, I was happy to see they finally gave Monty a storyline, but I'm hoping they'll have more in season 4. With him and, Harper. And more stuff. Maybe now he can find that gold mine. Seeing how that's the end of the 100, I'm just looking for something else to review. Any shows coming up this summer-wise? Anyone got any ideas what I could watch and do reviews on? I want to do something that's just starting. I don't want to be like halfway through a season. But if you got any ideas, just let me know in the comment section below. What should I